Hello everyone and welcome back to Piston Cup Network. Today I'm going to be doing a Piston Cup racer tier list from like worst to best in my opinion, and I'm going to try and do this like every year around the same time, so that way we can see how my opinions change towards these racers. And I think this is just going to be a fun little idea. And so here we have all of the racers, and yeah, let's just get to it. First, I want to mention that I don't have all these racers diecasts. Even though there's some of them I don't particularly like out of these racers, like, where is he? For example, Darren or Dirksen. I still need to get them to complete my Piston Cup racer set. I love them all. It's just that they're not my favorites. So, my least favorite is Kevin Racing Tire. I don't like the pink and yellow. I think that was a bad choice. And then with some of the other releases that they've done of him, they had the pink version, which was more accurate, but I don't like that color combination. Who should we go for next? I'm gonna put Dirksen there. I don't know. I feel like the green needs to be a little bit more vibrant and less yellow, if you know what I mean. It's more of like a yellowish green. And then we'll put Darren right next there with him. Man, I'm starting off with some ones that are probably most people's favorites. So if you love these ones, and I don't, I'm sorry. It's my opinion, obviously. But anyways, I like them all still, like I said. Next we'll put, James Cleaner. I do like James, but he just, as you can see, I'm starting to put more of those green cars down here at the bottom because there's a lot of them, obviously. Like, we have Chick, Johnny, Murray, and then those three, and then of course Kevin right here. And I feel like the reason why I'm ranking them so much lower is because there are so many green and blue next gens, and I feel like that they could have changed the color palette a little more, like having something like this or this. That would make it a lot better. We'll put Ralph Carlo there. He used to be one of my favorite Piston Cup racers, but now he's one of my least favorites because I don't really like the shade of blue is off to me. Like, it is not a blue that should be used for this color scheme. I think the blue needs to be a little bit darker, and then removing the yellow, because I do not think the blue, red, and yellow and white look good at all. If it was red, white, and blue, I'd love it. And then one of them that used to be my favorites, Sage Vanderspin here. Again, look at them. They're almost identical in their paint job, or paint scheme at least. Not the logos and everything in the design, but the colors, like those yellows are pretty much the same, and so is the blue, and then of course the red. Who else do I not really care for? Obviously Chick, He's one of those green ones, but I like him more than the rest of them. He's not a bad villain, he's one of the better villains out of all of the movies that are out there. I actually do like him. Again, he's down here with those green cars. So I think that's it for the D tier. Let's do C tier. We'll put Punchy up in there. Or actually, yeah, we'll put Punchy there. I like his color scheme. I think the red, white, and blue look good for this. But if the blue was a little bit more darker, because this is almost like a fusing blue, if you look, they're all pretty similar. Then we'll put Kevin Shift right. Again, those blue colors, they're not good for some of these racers. Anyways, who am I gonna put next? I guess we can put Murray in there. I kind of like Murray a lot, but he's in my lower list of the racers, obviously, because it's that color scheme. It's like, I don't know. I do like Murray a lot, but he's not one of my favorite racers, as you see. I'll put Misty Motorcraft in there. I don't mind Misty, and I really want to get her. But I need to just complete all of my Piston Cup racers because I don't have them all yet. And I think I'm missing 10, not including the Apple car. I might get a factory custom of that, or another one, because my one that I have right now is really bad. But at the same time, I might just wait, see if I can find a good deal for a Motor Speedway the South set. And that I think will be good. We'll put Floyd up in there. Gasperin used to be one of my favorite Piston Cup racer, but then I don't know. As I've gotten older, I'm like, I don't like that scheme too well. I mean, it's not bad. It's definitely better than this one, in my opinion, of course. We'll put Ryan in there too. Man, I'm putting all of like the blue ones in the same area. Anywho, getting B tier now. We'll move like Manny Flywheel in there. I do like his color scheme, actually, and I do like that lime green. If this green was the color on Dirksen, I feel like it would be a little bit better. I feel like Dirksen would be up in here somewhere and not down here at the very bottom. I used to have the 2020 variant of Dirksen on the Blue Desert card back, but I sold it, and how I'm kicking myself now because that thing is so rare. I sold it mainly because I had a chip on the front, and I wanted the China variant before, and use that as my main one, but anywho. We'll put Lee Revkins in there. I like Lee more than I do Manny. Although they're pretty similar in like their color and just sponsor in general. Who should we put next? I'm thinking let's do the King. Actually, no. Let's do Davey here. Who just pegworms. Anyways. Yeah. I don't mind Davey's paint color. It's nice. It's just I prefer obviously these ones that are left over it, but it's not bad. I actually like Davey a lot. I think he's unique, has a unique scheme where the rest of these are all kind of similar. Now, it gets worse for Cars 3. Like, they are also similar, especially in the next gens. That's why I don't like most of the next gens, is because they're all blue, green, or purplish blue. They need more colors like this and that. But anywho, well, we'll put the King up in there. Actually, we'll put Rusty. Rusty, I should not have put the King that low. And then, this might sting some of you, we'll put Mac Icar next to Rusty. Now, some of you might be questioning this. One, it's a simple design and everything. Even though I like Apple, I love my Apple products. This is a very simple design. I mean, he's unique, obviously, to all of these racers, compared to all of them, where a lot of them are the same color, like these two. But it's a sponsor that we use in the real world, so it's not something that Disney and Pixar created, so I don't think it's as clever as the rest of these, if you know what I'm saying. But then we'll put the king. Okay guys, sorry for the pause in the video there. My family was having dinner and told me to come down. But anywho, let's continue. Put the king here. Obviously, he's a great racer, but I kind of like him less than all of these other ones. Let's see, how many? 1, 2, 3. I think we're gonna actually shift Manny down here, and then put some other ones here. So, I think we'll put Aiken right there for now. Aiken has always been one of my favorites up until just recently when he's kind of moved his way down on the list. He is a classic for sure because it's Nitroid, but I just like these other ones more. And then we'll put Dale there as well. And I might shift these around before the end of the video to kind of get my final tier list, but anywho, that's what we're working with for now. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I'm already going to move Aiken up here and put Johnny here. I like Johnny's design, but again, it's the blue-green. A lot of them have that. So we'll put Aiken there, and then I think we'll put Claude there next to him. The classics. My first Piston Cup racer from Cars 1 was Aiken. And so, yeah, he has kind of a soft spot in my heart. I'm not gonna lie. I think we'll put Winford up there with them too. The classics. Let me think. Who else? We'll put Chuck up here. Chuck used to be my number one favorite. Oh, okay. Chuck used to be my number one favorite racer. But then we got ones like these. We've always had ones like these, but then I started to pay more attention to them and realize, okay, these ones are better than the blue ones. As you can see, we only have a couple blue ones even left in this video, or in this little bank down here. So I'll put Ruby right next to him. I like Ruby a lot because he has like that two-tone color. I love that. I love the two-tone with the white and the other color. The only one I feel like that doesn't look the best, but is still really cool, is James down here. The green, I feel like needs to be toned down, maybe a little bit darker, like the Thailand variant of him. Because that shade of green does not match this. It's a little bit darker, and I think that looks a lot better. Makes the white pop a little bit more. Who are we gonna put next? We'll put Slider. Slider's a really cool one. I know a lot of people are wanting him and Dirksen to be re-released because they haven't been released since 2020 and have become extremely rare. And I don't need the Thailand variant of Slider because I do have the promo version that came in like the acrylic case, and I think the China one looks better than the Thailand one. Not all the time do I think that about these racers. Like obviously Misty Motocross, her Thailand counterpart, same with James, look a lot better. Who are we going to put in here next? I think Todd. But right there. Now we're getting down to the favorites here. We'll put McQueen back. We'll put him last in the S tier. He's not... I like his design, but I do like these ones better. And the reason I haven't put him at the very bottom of the list is because obviously he's the main character, main guy. Without him, we wouldn't have all these guys. So, anywho, I'll put Holland Gas next to him. I like his shade. What am I doing? hold on. I like his shade of purple, and I think the white and red look really good on that. I think we're gonna do brush next. Yep. I love Brush's design. I really do. He used to be my #1 favorite Piston Cup racer when I was like 15. And now I'm 18 now, almost 19. But he used to be my favorite Piston Cup racer then. And I just love his wheat design, and I wish we would have seen these two sponsors right here in Cars 3 and Sidewall Sign 2. We would have had a great, man, we would have had a great selection of racers with those. There would be so much color, so many designs. Here's one that used to be my least favorite, Krusty Rotor. Look at him now. He's made his way up here. And the reason for this is because he's got like that unique color scheme, which I really like, that pops. And he used to be my least favorite. Like if I was doing this video 5 years ago, he would be right down here where Kevin Racing Tire is. I did not like him at all. Now I kind of feel bad because like he's such a nice racer with that vinyl toupee design and like the vinyl top and then the lavender. It's just a great design and everything, and I feel bad that he used to be so low. And then back then Kevin Racing Tire, you know, he was one of my favorites, but now I'm just like, why? Because I do not like that color scheme. And then what we're gonna go for next, Billy. We'll do Billy. We'll put him next to Krusty. He's up here because obviously he's one of the classics, and he was my second favorite, or my second Piston Cup racer that I ever got. So yeah. And then, oh, this one's a tough one now. We're stuck with my last favorite ones, and I don't know how I should rank them. We'll put Ernie next to Billy because he just does not beat these two. These two are the best ones. But yeah, I got the Thailand variant of Ernie. I found it in a store about 3 months ago. Actually, I found him in the store earlier this year, like way early, but I just decided not to pick him up, and then I did a little bit ago. And his Thailand counterpart is so good compared to the China one. He has that Accio blue color, and it just is amazing. Next, we're going to put Greg Candyman next to him. That design you literally cannot beat. That is such a good design, and I just love it. It's such a fun look, and I love the Christmassy look that it has, and I wish Greg would get re-released with this accurate color because his brown is too dark. And then last but definitely not least, Eugene Carbureski. Let's switch those two. Oh my heck. Eugene is my favorite Piston Cup racer from Cars 1. So, there's my tier list. I would never have thought that some of these were as high as some of them are, or the others were as low as they were. Like, for example, Floyd used to be one of my favorites. But I think my favorites are like some of the best colors. Hell, we have 3 of them in here that don't even appear in Cars 3. Greg, Brush, and Hall. Literally, their sponsor does not appear. I love these lavender and pink colors. Pink, blue, and red are my favorite colors. So that's why you have like, I don't know. I know a lot of the blue ones are down here, but that's because I feel like their designs don't look very good, even though they're cool, but these ones are the best ones. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was just a fun little idea I had, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you want to make this tier list yourself and make a video on it, I will put the link down below. I'll pin it in the comments. So, hope you guys all have a great day.